Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 33 of my Brooklyn Nets MyLeague series here on NBA 2K16. So this episode, we're taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not what I want to talk about before we get into the gameplay, though. I'm looking at a couple trades here coming up in just a moment. You're going to see one of them is going to be for DeMar DeRozan. I'm just trying to see, what the potential packages would look like. This one, they're demanding Eric Bledsoe, and then here, I'm just looking at Chris Middleton trade offers, Hypothetically, I'm not saying this would happen. If we traded Bledsoe over DeRozan, we probably want to get a point guard for Middleton. And ultimately, my thought process here is that I really, even when we got Chris Miles, I thought him and Middleton wouldn't really be the best fit. I really liked the way the team played when we had a quicker athletic guard like Victor Oladipo last year. And I think that long term, maybe come trade deadline some point this year, I think that maybe moving Middleton for a Victor Oladipo type of player, a guy who can defend, a guy who can run, who can, handle the ball a little bit, play make. I think that would be, maybe a solid move for the team to make. Just thinking ahead here. So I was, looking at a couple examples like DeMar DeRozan, Alec Burks, guys like that, and just seeing what the packages would be like. But I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a sec. But I really wanted to show you guys this hilarious clip from the 2K pregame show.
It's a very good compliment to the team, They already have a lot of guards on the roster. I'm surprised they didn't pick Okafor at number 2. I'd like to see the inside-outside that the Lakers are used to, especially when it comes to winning championships. Hopefully he could fit in.
So that was just an epic humble brag right there from Shaq. That was, Shaq discussing how the Lakers took D'Angelo Russell over Jahlil Okafor in the draft last offseason in real life, of course. And Shaq, referencing how they used to play inside-outside when he was on the team and when they won championships. Just pretty hilarious, I thought. But anyway, we're taking on the Lakers, as I said, and this team is the team of LeBron James at this point. He left the Cavs and signed with the Lakers after year number 1. So this team is absolutely stacked. They drafted Harry Giles, who is now an 86 overall power forward, and he's still growing. He was the number 1 overall pick, I want to say. Might have actually gone number 2 or number 3, but he was definitely the best player from that draft class. So he's an absolute beast. They got LeBron, like I said. They still have D'Angelo Russell, who's developed pretty nicely. They got Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel. They still have Roy Hibbert. Their bench is not quite as good, but the first 5 guys in their team are absolutely loaded talent-wise. So it's a really tough team. It's going to be a tough matchup for us. But back to what I was saying. Nothing's imminent with the Chris Middleton thing. I thought I would just sort of open up the idea at this point. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm obviously not going to trade for Victor Oladipo back. That wouldn't really make too much sense, realistically. But, if you guys have any suggestions of a guy who I could maybe target, a guy like Oladipo to replace Middleton with, and I just think the team would fit a little bit better that way. But we'll see. I don't really want to do anything imminently. I want to give the team as it is constructed right now at least 5 or 6 episodes of gameplays, before I really start to think about making a move like that. But anyway, like I said, we're taking on the Lakers. This is going to be a very tough matchup for us. Russell with the and one right there. We've got our second unit in right now. McCollum absolutely breaks Jordan Clarkson's ankles, and then Boulard to the basket gets the and one of his own. So you would cut the lead down to 3 now, 22-19. McCollum hits Rodney Hood with the pass. Hood for 3. But he cannot get it to go, and this was a problem Hood had all night. He missed a lot of open jumpers. There's another one, that one in the corner. Not quite as open, but still he had enough room there, and he is a corner specialist, so you would think he would be able to get that off. Now, next possession for the Lakers, Langston Galloway gets it to Roy Hibbert. Jumper, and that one is good. You think if Hibbert can hit that shot, Hood should be able to hit his corner 3, but he struggled tonight, like I mentioned before. So at the end of one, we're down 28-19. Not a very good first quarter from us. We'll see if we can pick it up in the second. LeBron with the ball, though. Chris Miles tries to cover him, ends up getting behind him, actually hacks him from behind, and 1. That was an easy and 1 for LeBron. 31-19 now is the score. Miles is going to look for Middleton on the break. He's going to respond with an and 1 of his own. A big bucket in the foul right there from Chris Middleton. Now Harry Giles with the ball. This is what Harry Giles is so good at, using the dribble right there. I did not expect that out of him. I really don't know a lot about Harry Giles other than the fact that he tore his ACL in real life this year, but he is going to Duke next year. And I don't know, he had a really impressive handle. That was not the only time he would catch the ball at the top of the key and then take his guy off the dribble like that. Kind of KD-esque, so to say. So very, if he can do that in real life, look out, he is going to be freaking amazing. But anyway, here we go on the fast break. Nice bounce pass to Middleton. Tough layup, misses, and just, missing the easy shots. That is one of the reasons why we only have 25 points right now. Ensuing possession for the Lakers, LeBron with the post fadeaway. And, we just didn't hit our easy looks up to this point in the game, and it's something that we're going to continue to struggle with all night long. We've only got 27 points up to this point. Here we go. McCullough, though, to the basket, makes the tough contact layup right there. Here's Chris Miles with the ball now, trying to dribble around, create something, finds Rodney Hood in the corner, his foot on the line, but again, he misses at least. This time around, Boulard was there for the offensive rebound and the putback. Now we get the lead down to 7, not quite out of this game yet, but Galloway in the corner, nice find right there, and that is going to be an easy corner 3. So Miles with the jumper, that is no no good. Rebounded by Galloway. Off the Lakers go. They've got a little 3-on-2 action right here. James extra pass to Shelvin Mack and one. Now after the free throw, they would go back up by 13 points, opening that lead up once again, 51-38. Miles, his shot is no good. Again, missing the layups. That is something that Miles didn't really get a lot better at this game. I mentioned in the last episode he missed a lot of baskets around the rim, or shots around the rim, and I was pretty disappointed about that. Also, look at that. LeBron misses the layup, but then strips McCollum from behind. I don't really know what you're going to do at that point. I mean, that is just LeBron being LeBron, I guess. But, yeah, Miles really didn't get a lot better around the basket this game. It's kind of concerning moving forward. I looked at his ratings. You know, he has like a driving layup and a contact layup and a regular layup, you know, in the mid-70s. So I don't really know what it is. Maybe I couldn't explain it, but too many turnovers that first half. We only had 36 shots. The Lakers at 51. That is a big reason why they are up by 15 at this point. But a flagrant one right there on LeBron. We got 3 points. We got the ball back, but we could not capitalize on the extra possession. This time around, the Lopez. Oh my goodness, he got swatted. Harry Giles asserting his will both offensively and defensively this game. Like I said, he really impressed me in this episode. But Brook Lopez also doing his thing, you know, gets the nice little layup to go there. We've got the lead. We had the lead down to 13. Now it's up to 17. Lou Williams with the jumper. That is money. They go back up by 19 now, 64-48 after a three-pointer from the Nets. It's Chris Middleton trying to do something. He's going to find his man Mike Scott open from behind the line. That is no good, though. Another missed open look right there. That was just the story of the night for us. We didn't get many shots. D'Angelo Russell had a bunch of steals. I was pretty frustrated this game with the turnovers. I thought some of them were getting kind of stupid. I really don't like in this year's 2K, and this has always been a thing in 2K, but like you can just sort of like dribble up the court and dribble it off your defender's foot. Like that is really stupid. I really don't think NBA ball handlers would do that in the NBA, but then again, maybe I don't watch as much NBA as the next guy. But either way, you can see the Lakers are up 22 points now. It is D'Angelo finding LeBron in the corner. And that is money. That puts them up by 25 points. Now we got it down to 21, 81-60. Miles going to the basket, finds Bular. He will get the layup to go. Bular was actually one of the guys who impressed me today. I think he finished with like 12, 14, 16 points, something like that. So good game out of him. But at the end of the third, we're down by a whopping 21 points right now. We're going to need a miracle to come back in this one. Now it is Favors getting stripped right there. LeBron is going to retrieve that, and an extra pass to Harry Giles. Giles to the basket, gets it to go. They are up by 23 points now, 85-62. It is Bledsoe with it, finds Chris Middleton behind the line, and Middleton cannot get it to go. Once again, just not being able to take what the defense gave us. I mean, there were holes in this Lakers defense, but man, this game did not make me feel good about it. I kind of talked about it last season. I felt that, you know, if we went up against a truly good Western Conference team, we really wouldn't be able to hang with them. And I think the Lakers are going to be an elite team this year. They were only the 8th seed last year, but they won a couple playoff rounds. And I don't know if it just maybe took them a while to get going last year or what, but they're clearly more talented than an 8 seed, even in the Western Conference. So I think that this is going to be truly, you know, one of the Western Conference contenders this season. Also, this was ridiculous Festus Ezeli with the and one. I was like on the verge of making one final run here to try and make the comeback, but that Ezeli and one pretty much just put me out of it, and then LeBron with the two-handed slam. But, you know, I think the Lakers are going to be one of the truly elite teams this year, in this game at least, not in real life necessarily going into next year, but and, you know, this did not give me a lot of faith that we can hang with them. I think that our chances are going to be a little bit better this year just because we do have that true number one in Chris Miles, even though he is a rookie. You know, he does have that superstar potential, that superstar ability. So I think that he gives us a little bit better of a shot than the team that we had last year just because he can take over a game. You know, he's a pure scorer. He can keep us in it offensively. But, you know, I don't know. I just going up against a team with a guy like LeBron, and the way he dominated this game and the way this whole team dominated this game really did not make me feel too good about our chances. But we'll see. You know, this is only our second game with the group. We're going to hope that our rookies get better as the year goes on, like Miles and Mann included. And then, you know, hopefully the team just meshes a little bit better moving forward. I mean, I thought we played pretty well in the first game, and, you know, we were 5-0 up to this point, so it's not like, you know, it's not like the team is completely horrible. I don't want to turn people off just by this one game, but I just think that it was a little bit, you know, the fact that we really couldn't even hang with these guys kind of was disappointing. But anyway, here we go. Rodney Hood is going to finally hit this three. That was his first three-pointer of the night. I think he was like 1 of 5, 1 of 6 from behind the line this game. But either way, we get blown out. We end up losing. Final score is, I'm not even sure, but LeBron and Nerlens Noel celebrating on the court, and then we're going to get the final score in just a moment. I was not looking at the scoreboard. There it is, 109-86. Like I said, an absolute blowout. They took 98 shots. We only took 76. That was a big reason for the loss. We had 22 turnovers, unacceptable. But like I said, some of them were stupid. I mean, we were just dribbling off of other guys' feet, and very frustrating stuff. Take a look at the box score here. Nothing going offensively. Miles, Bular, and Lopez were the only guys in double figures. Miles had to take 16 shots to get to his 14 points, and even Lopez didn't get to the free throw line tonight. That was a big reason why his night was kind of inefficient, at least for his for Brook Lopez standards. He's usually very efficient, but D'Angelo Russell, 33 points. He had a really good game, and then LeBron as well did his LeBron thing, 22, 11, and 8. 5 steals. D'Angelo had 4. And that is going to do it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the 2K postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will in the game.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.